Way to the gym. So I'm on my way to the gym, and I was literally just thinking to myself, right? I was watching this video yesterday from this woman, and she was telling men to not date women who are in survival mode. And you know what's crazy? I second that motion because it's so very true. There are so many women out here that are on modern day prostitution time. Literally, their life is in shambles before the man comes into the picture. And then they expect for a man to come into the picture and save the day. And even when that man does come into the picture and try to save the day, they are still unappreciative and entitled. How are you unappreciative and entitled when you can't even take care of yourself as a grown-ass woman? Tell me that. And if that man left you today, you would be right back at your mama's house. You would be right back in the same hole. How can you be unappreciative? And when the woman was telling men to not deal with women in survival mode, I so second that motion. Women need to learn how to save themselves first. Save yourself first, love. Stop looking for a man to save you. And men, stop saving these women. Because she is not going to be an asset to you in no type of way. Because she's going to be too busy taking and not giving anything back to you. It is not fair to you. So I say all that to say, get you a woman that wants you for you, not in survival mode. So I'm on my way to the gym.
I'd like to give all praises to Yahweh, Bashim, Yahushua, Kwakadash, and double honors to the elders that rule world. Salutation to the elders and apostles and the brothers that's living the truth, doing the work day and night and day. And to you sincere sisters who's loving Yahweh, Bashim, Yahushua, respecting yourself, loving your husband, respecting your husband, loving your children, taking care of home, learning in silence and doing things honorably and staying positive. So this this sister here, I mean, first thing is, cover up, you know what I'm saying? Because the world is seeing what you got, you know what I mean? That's number one. But she's making her own small commentary video based on what she heard. And, Eve is, right here. She got her mind right in this case. You have particular women that come with a world full of baggage, and as a man, your job is not to save them for their misery. They have to suffer in their misery, man. They have to go through what they're going through because they chose that. You understand? Because women, they're quick to feed their egos and their emotions. You know what I mean? When a woman do such a thing, she ain't thinking about you. She's thinking about her own happiness. And that's a problem in this world. Your happiness does not give you a full lifetime commitment. Your happiness is only during the time of the moment what you feeling. And when that feeling dries out, then you want to revamp and go back to the to the thing that you was used to. That can't work like that. You understand? When you make decisions, your decisions is going to go based on what you chose. And sometimes you can't trade roses for shit. You know what I mean? Because sometimes these women, that's that been through a lot. You know what I mean? They don't know how to treat a situation. Yeah, it's by default, but then it is by fault too. Because eventually you have enough sense that God has given you to see and spot, and watch others how they behave. You're not watching people behavior patterns. You're going based on what you feel, and that's how life should be, and that's how you should dictate your life. That doesn't work that way. You know what I mean? And you have people out here that's healed. So when a person is healed and they understand and they trying to, be a person that, a good so-called Samaritan to you, right? Well, I lack of better words. They trying to, they trying to be that confidant for you. You know what I'm saying? Because there's something in you that they see, that you can flourish. And when men is trying to be their savior, it goes wrong for you. You can't save people. You cannot save people from their misery. You know, sometimes they have to live with the choices that they make. And whatever the outcome is, that's what they got to deal with for the rest of their life. You know, until they learn. Some just don't never learn. And you can't use the Most High for your convenience. You cannot use the Lord for your convenience when you're going through something. When you was feeling happy and going through what you're going through because you're feeding your feelings, all right? You forget about the Most High, or you try to keep him, but you can't serve two masters. It's either you're going to give one up and you're going to love the Most High entirely, and you have to do what's necessary because you made a promise and an oath to the Lord. So you got women out here that just going through this earth like an open corral, man. You know, it's like a gun field. You know, they just gun blazing with no protection, no kind of exit strategy, no type of, you know what I'm saying? It just goes straight for the kill because they are survivors by nature, so to speak. Because a woman's nature actually is to be with a man who is in his natural state. So she could be her natural state. That's what it is. Of course it's survival. We all know that. But to make your whole frame that, you know, is just solely purpose on that, you might as well just go and be with every thug or every gangster nigga that's living on the high life, that's on the edge. Because them type of dudes, they finish first. They don't finish last. You know who finished last that wins the race? The good men. You understand? The spiritual men. They finish the race last. They finish the race first. Slow and steady. But you on the edge of someone speeding and they're going to lose. So, like I said, you know, as a man for myself, I can't save anybody from their problems or their issue. I can't. I just can't do it. I will not do it. I'm a kind of man where once I enter into a woman's life, right, and I show her who I am and how I am, I show her the consideration that I have. You know what I'm saying? But, you know, people have issues, man. You know, people have issues, man, and we can't, you know, we can't save them from their issues. We cannot, you know, because you're lowering yourself, and I refuse to lower myself, man. You know, women always want to reflect on the losses that they should have never lost. You made a conscious decision, so the man is going to make a ultimate conscious decision. You're on punishment for life. You will never escape that. You know what I'm saying? For that man's decision, if he decides that. But when it comes to your spirit, you know what I'm saying, to be delivered, you know, that's between you and the Most High, man. As a man, we try to have the attributes as much as possible as the Lord, but men is not going to be perfect like the Lord. You know what I'm saying? So this young lady in the video is saying you're losing more than you're gaining. That's basically what she's saying. You know, you don't want to lose, fellas, because someone going through something. You got to let them go through that. You got to let them suffer in their misery. That's what it is. It's no disrespect, but that's just what it is, man. Women want to reflect. They want to reflect. Reflection doesn't save the situation. That's cool, but what are you going to do? What are you going to do now? What are you going to do? You're stuck You're stuck you're stuck. But nobody not gonna make you feel stuck. You know, you just move on with your life. That's all. And you know, just let the Lord guide you, man. You know, because I had a conversation with a particular person, and I'm not going to discuss what we had, you know, but I will say this: the conversation needed to be had. You know, decisions was quickly. I wouldn't say quickly, but the decision was, it needed to be said. It was straightforward. And I had to tell this particular person, like, yo, listen, your decision is your decision. You know, I got other things that I'm dealing with. You got things that you're dealing with. You know, we will never be a born again. We will never be a born again. You know, but I did say, yo, listen, we called you. We all right. You know, things was being said towards each other. You know, things was taking the weight off each other's shoulder. But I made peace with Yahweh. I made peace with myself and that person a long time ago. You know what I'm saying? And I had to explain to this person, yo, that's your situation. You gotta find best. I'm not gonna. My job is not to give you a way to get out. I'm not gonna do that. That's not my problem anymore. Your problem is your problem. I'm not gonna do that. You know what I'm saying? And it's okay if that person, like I said, it's okay for that person to feel to accept what you accept, because that's what it is. You know, like I said, I got my own family. I got my own children, my wife. You know, I got my other lady that I'm dealing with. You know what I'm saying? You know, and that's that, man. Once you lose, you lost. You know, as a man, you got to put your foot down 10 toes. But now they wanna come back and they wanna respect you now. Nah, it's too late. You should have respected me when I was there. You should have respected me, because when a woman leave and goes and do something with another man, and you're basically, she wants you out the picture, because her emotions can't take it no more. But listen, I don't thrive on a woman's emotion. There's 1,000 women out here, a lot of beautiful women out here. I don't have to accept you. You're not the only woman in this world. You understand? There's plenty of women. I don't need you. When a man say he don't need you, he mean that shit. I don't need you. You didn't add value to my life. I add value to your life. And I gave you the alley-oop and you fumbled it. You know, you missed it. I throw the football to you, you fumbled it. You know, this particular person was saying, well, you kind of made me commit adultery in a way. And technically, yeah and no, because when we had a situation, I gave you time to ease up. I had to ease myself. And the person admitted, the person said, yeah, I did wrong. You know, I was so hurtful in that situation. How was you hurt? Because over a disagreement? Because I couldn't give you what you wanted? That's not what life is, man. Real men don't operate and give you what you want every time. You gotta understand that no is no. Men do what they gotta do, but they do it when it's accessible. Not because you wanna go for thrill and thrive. Then why did you choose to deal with me? Because you trying to get the other man that you had in your life, you trying to exit him out by using me. So the same way I had you did the same thing to me with this dude. You know? So at the end of the day, it is what it is. I'm not gonna discuss this person's problem. I'm not gonna do that. You know, this person came to me and you know, like I said, we spoke. You know, we had a conversation that needed to be had, and you know, I'm not gonna put that person's business out there. I'm not gonna do it. You know, but I'm just talking about the you know, to get past that. You know what I'm saying? Because we have to grow up, man. We have to be adults, and we gotta treat each other with respect, man. You know, it's okay if y'all not together. It's okay. You know, she may still feel some kind of way with me, and that's cool. I do feel a way about her, but it doesn't change my decision. Down the line, like I said, man, you wanna be cool, be cool. We just have to be brother and sister and Yahweh Shah. That's it. You never know what the future might hold. But I'm not gonna put myself in that situation. There's a lot of good women out here that's not hurt. I'd rather deal with a woman that's not hurt, man. She don't have hurt problems. But the majority of these women do. Like I said, my lady that I'm dealing with, she's a beautiful person. You know what I'm saying? She's a beautiful person. I'm not going to talk quick and fast either. But at the same token, she's better than the one that I dealt with before. It was a better decision. Way better decision. And then, I got with her later. I didn't rush. I treated my time accordingly with that lady. Like how I do all women. And I watch and I sit back and I observe. As a woman, if you don't know how a man operating, you lost. You lost. And I told this particular person, I said, you don't come first. You win. You had what was necessary at the top, and you dropped the ball. You dropped the ball. You at the bottom because you wanted to feed your ego. You wanted to feed what you feel, and that's why I keep telling y'all, your feelings will get you hurt at the end. Your feelings will get you hurt. People don't listen. It's not what I'm saying. The Lord has told us this in the scriptures, man. So, your decision is not predicated on my decisions. What you go through, what you eat don't make me shit. So, vice versa. You know what I'm saying? Vice versa. What I eat don't make you shit. And when I'm eating now, is what it is. Yeah, I'm going through my situations because it's only a time in the season. I don't see it as a bad thing. The Most High had to put me in a situation where I could realize what's going on and treat situations, respectfully, man. You gotta stop doing these things, man, or your life is not going to get better. Your life is not going to change. You got to get rid of all the negativities and clear yourself up, man. I'm now speaking for everyone. If you got something going on in your life, man, let it go, man. Drop it, man. You don't need it. It's okay, man. You don't gotta hold on to that shit in your life, man. Let it go. Whatever you're going through, let it go. If you got any grudges, let it go. You got any animosity or hatred, let it go. Give it to the Lord, man. Let it go. You can't deliver and save people. You got to let it go. You know what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, man, look, it is what it is. And I explained to this person, I say, yo, listen, the elders been telling you. I was telling you before them niggas was telling you. You know what I'm saying? Forgive my speech, brothers. I didn't mean to say that, but I'm just telling what it is between me and this lady. She had an opportunity and she blew it. Because she never dealt with a man like me before. She dealt with dudes that was toxic, niggas that she could run over. She dealt with dudes that were just no good. So when she came to a man like me, she didn't know how to treat it. She didn't know how to deal with it. She didn't know how to exercise it. She didn't know how to treat it as such care. It was too much for her. So it ran her off. She never dealt with that before. It ran her off. And she trying to circle back. You know what I'm saying? Trying to circle back. Whether she deny it or not. I truly believe that. Because the conversation we had, yeah. You know what I'm saying? But you can't circle back here and think like it once was. It's not going to happen. It's not going to happen. Slowly but surely, we'll build slow steps as far as moving forward, when it comes to the scriptures, whatever. But I'm not here to train you. I'm not here to sit down with you. I'm not here to give you, maybe once in a while I may shoot out something to you, but I'm not here to talk with you every day. I'm not here to build with you every day. I'm not here for that. I'm not here for that. My energy and my time is for me and my family and myself. And if I'm dealing with my lady, she'll get that. Not you. You won't get that. You blew it. Well, if you want to find another man that's somewhere on my level, then God bless you. You know what I'm saying? God bless you. You know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, man, I don't have no hatred. In the beginning, yeah, it was. I felt that way. In the beginning, I bombed on her. You know what I'm saying? But you know what? I realized that it doesn't do anything for me. I had to let that shit go. That was the only way for me to let it go, man. I had to bring it out publicly, man, to let her know, man. You know what I'm saying? Because I know that brothers going through the same shit, man. You know what I'm saying? I'm a kind of person, man, like I spare none. I spare none until I'm ready to spare you. You know what I mean? Because like I said, I wasn't gonna contact that person first. I knew they was gonna contact me. We had a conversation. The person hit me up. And I wasn't quick to respond. Because I don't jump off for you. I don't jump off for you. You're not number one nowhere in my life. I told you when I told you. I said, so I spoke to the person the next day, and we had a little conversation, whatever. And then I asked this person one thing, and then we just started going on with the conversation. It was needed, It was needed because I know that you going through something, and then now you going through something, you hurt, and you don't got nobody to talk to. So now you want to come to me. But why put yourself through this travesty? Why are you going through this tragic events? Why are you going through that? You don't gotta go through that. God has shown you what has happened, what you explained to me. Because you're not ready for certain things yet. You still new, you're still a baby in this. You know what I mean? So to speak. You're getting past a little bit of baby stage, but your actions is telling otherwise. Men see women's actions, women believe in men's words. That's it. Men hold the key to relationship, women hold the key to sex. That's the foundation there. Oh man. Hold on, guys. So this young lady right here, man, you know what I'm saying? She's a young lady, I think she born 1995. That's why she got that. Vita Maria, 1995. She might be part of the northern tribe, maybe southern, But let's get a couple scriptures, man. You know what I'm saying? Let's dive in, man. Let's go to. I want to start with Isaiah 3. I want to go down to where's that at? No, this is not the one I want. Let me see something. Yeah, this is Isaiah 1. I'm sorry. So this is the problem with Israel. Israel is very hard-headed. We're very hard-headed, man, including me. That goes included to me. Sometimes I make bad decisions. I do things that's not right, and the Lord look at me like, "What are you doing? What are you doing? What are you doing?" You know what I'm saying? So let's read. This is Isaiah chapter 1, verse 2. It said, "Hear, O heavens, and give ear, O earth. For the Lord has spoken. I have nourished and brought up children, and they have rebelled against me." So that's why I'm saying we constantly rebel. We constantly rebel against the Lord, man. We constantly doing this, man. That's why we going through what we going through. We are rebellious. And if your man is dealing with the Lord and you're rebellious, you no good. How can I use you? How can I use you? You know what I'm saying? Verse 3, the ox knoweth his owner, and his ass his master's crib. But Israel doeth not know, my people doeth not consider. Now in her case, she consider, but she still, so to speak, not considering. You're not being considerate what the Lord has given you. Because now when things get bad, you want to run to the Lord. You want to run back to the man that was safe for you. Nah, that doesn't work that way. You don't get no You don't get no safety net from me no more. You don't get that. You don't get that. You know? I hear you here and there, but you don't get that from me no more. You know what I'm saying? So, at the end of the day, fool me once, shame on me. Fool me twice, shame on you. You know what I'm saying? Because the second time, I ain't gonna get caught up in that BS. Because it's been countless of times I gave her chance after chance after chance. I did that. I've done that. I've done it. I gave her chance after chance. I done it, and she disrespected it. And so now you can. And she tried to come back. I believe she tried to come back. I believe it, but she's only go based on what I was saying, and then she went on for it. So if I was saying other, then I was going to accept it. No, I can't have you here to skip your problem. Your problem is your problem. And I'm not going to be in that situation. I'm not going to do it. Verse 4, a simple nation, a people laden with iniquity. You laden with iniquity. You have sin in you. That's why you're going through what you're going through. And I hope you hear this, man. I hope you hear this video that I'm about to do for you. Okay? And see the evildoers. You will see the evildoer. You evil for that moment. You evil for that moment. And you a doer of the evil. That's what you're doing. You know? So it's okay, but I'm not here to judge you, to put you down, because we all got sin. I've done evil too. I have sin too, So you got to just get your life right and change and ask the Lord to forgive you. You know what I'm saying? Children that are corrupters, they have forsaken the Lord. You have forsaken the Lord in the time of that time that we left. You forsaken the Lord. Because if I'm your Lord, right, at that time, why are you forsaking me? So that means you forsake me, you forsake the Heavenly Father. You ain't think about the Lord when you was laying down with that next dude. You wasn't think about none of that. You only care about your feelings. So you're selfish. You're very, very selfish. You know what I'm saying? Have forsaken the Lord. They have provoked the Holy One of Israel to anger. They are gone away backwards. So now you don't provoke the Lord to anger, and you don't went backwards. So now now you're going through what you're going through. You're going through what you're going through because you put that upon yourself. The Lord ain't do that. The Lord don't tempt us with evil, man. He tests our faith, man. Okay? He tests us to see how far we're gonna go. We go through it, man. You gotta go through storm. This is your storm, but you made the storm. So now you ask the Lord to deliver you. Now you gotta suffer for a while. And you gotta stay away from men and relationships. You gotta stay away from that. You got to heal. You have a lot of healing you got to do. A lot of fasting you got to do. A lot of praying you got to do. You got to do that on your own. I can't deliver you. I can't help you. I can't save you. Only one that can save you is Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahushua. I can't do that for you. I'm not your savior. And I'm not your Lord no more. You got to find another man that could be your Lord, man. But she's telling me, I don't want to go in between that because it's like it's going to be me committing adultery. You should have thought about that, what you did. You ask the Lord to forgive you. If the Lord send another man, that's like me, then you get with him. If it doesn't work, then you got to be a loner. And as I told her, this is a narrow place. It's not made for the weak. It's not made for the weak. Are you strong enough? Are you capable enough? Do you have the ability and the fortitude to stand up, to be strong enough? You tried it. I saw it. You tried it. You tried to do it on your own. And what did it do for you? It failed. It failed. I'm not getting no gratification of making this a point of to hurt you. Nah, I'm far from that. I'm not here to hurt you. I'm here to tell you, man. I'm showing you where you went wrong. I knew it. I knew you was going to have a problem. I knew it. You went out in the world. You try to go and teach a man because you found that you used me to go teach a man, right? And you trying to be like me with a man, but doing it in a woman's way. It doesn't work that way. It doesn't work that way. You understand? So when you do these sort of things, hold on. So when you going through these things, man, you know what I'm saying? You got to take a good self-reflection. And I tell her, yo, I don't hate you. You know what I'm saying? I don't hate you. You know what I mean? You know, I'll have the spiritual love for you and keep it moving. But far as a physical and to be with you, I just don't see it. I just don't see it. Something miraculously got to change in you for me to change my mind. But I can't do that. I can't play the what is. I can't play of, oh, let me. Nah, you want your own man. You want to have your own man. You want to be free. Well, that's okay. That's what you wanted. So that's what you got. You got it. And you got it. You fulfilled what you wanted, and it didn't work. It didn't work. And it's okay. Just move forward, man. Move forward. You're afraid, and I'm not going to fight or jump out and lose myself for you. I'm not saying that you asking me that, but it's it's a definite no. I'm not gonna do that. I'm not gonna do that. You know what I'm saying? I just can't. I'm not angry, y'all. You can hear my voice. I'm not angry. I care for the person. Don't get me wrong. I care, but I only care enough for you to change. I don't care enough for me to be with you. You know what I'm saying? You know? So at the end of the day, and like I said, the only miracle out of that shit is when you really showing that you really changing. If you really changing, and I could see the glow in your eyes, I could see that you healed. I know when someone is healed. I know when someone is glowing. I know when someone's going through it. I know someone, because there's gonna be a time where you're gonna need a man that's gonna be there for you. It's coming. It's coming. It's coming. She told me, she said that MOTB is coming. We're gonna see who's who. Yeah, we're gonna see. We're gonna see. And I know you're gonna try to come to me. I know. Because I'm the only one that you know. I'm the only one you know. You gotta truly change, man. You gotta truly change in order for me to change up my mind of ultimate forgiveness. Yeah, I forgive you, but I don't forget what you did to me. You went out your way, man. We all have made mistakes, and I don't hate you, yo. I don't hate you. I don't hate you. I always wanted you to do well, man. That's all I wanted for you. I don't have secret animosity. I'm not cringing. My soul not hurt. You know, my mind is clear. I just wanted you to do right, man. That's all I wanted you to do. You won. You had won with me. You won. You blew it. You blew it. You blew it because we had a disagreement, and you said that in the text. You said, yeah, we had a little disagreement. It was not. It went left, but it could have got changed. You know, she knew I cared for her, and she knew that. I didn't have to explain that to her. She knew that because I gave her my time. I called all the time. I wrote all the time. You know, I did the things for her that was necessary. It wasn't maybe that she wanted as much more, but it could have got there if you had more patience. You know what I'm saying? I didn't mind doing these things for you. I didn't mind. It's just that your speed and my time it didn't equate with each other. It didn't coincide with each other. It didn't intertwine. So you had to find another piece, and you had your fun. You had it. But guess what? I'm having my fun. And now you want a back burner. You gotta wait until I'm ready. You gotta wait till I'm ready to give you a conversation that's worth the while. And I'm not willing to do that. I'm not willing to give up what I got. I'm not doing it. You know, I'm not gonna put myself. You gotta truly heal, man, and cleanse your mind, your spirit, and your soul. And if I decide to do something like that, which I probably 99.9 won't do it, if I decide to do that, you're gonna be the back burner always. You're never gonna get that first. You never. Can you live with that? That's a hard pill to swallow. Can you live with that? Depending on if my situation is not what it is, but I got other things that's lined up for me and the Lord's gonna deliver me, man. You know, I gotta keep my course, keep my faith, man. It's been a roller coaster the last year or so. You know what I'm saying? It's been a wild year. Just the last 4 or 5 years has been kind of rough. You know what I mean? So, but I'm so grateful, man. I'm very grateful, man. Okay. So anyway, I hope this video is edifying. I hope you, brothers and sisters, man, you know, you learn something from this, man. Shalom.